The flyweight division has faced long-standing struggles when it comes to grabbing attention, and despite ongoing challenges over the years, it has recently surged in popularity. Initially, it was overlooked due to a lack of interest from both the casual fans and the hardcore fans as well. Criticism targeted the flyweight division for lack of personalities, with ongoing questions about who in the weight class was considered marketable. While Demetrius Johnson and arguably Henry Cejudo were not huge draws, I would say that Henry's cringy gimmick brought some attention. But let's be real, we all know that the flyweight division finally gained some momentum when Figgy vs Moreno had those 4 consecutive fights, sparking significant interest from both the casual viewers and the hardcore fans. This surge in attention had led to the division becoming stacked with new talents like Kai Kara-France, Pantoja, Ravel, Abazi, and much more. Among these, there was only one flyweight that truly stand out, and this man is Manel Kape. And look, I'm aware that Manel Kape encountered a minor setback by missing weight by 3.5 pounds in his last scheduled fight, leading to a cancellation. And it's kind of ironic since Kape was calling out all these people for missing weight and then he misses weight. And look, I still have faith in the guy to make weight in his next fight, and hopefully he can and make a comeback because the dude is so talented in the octagon and he's the most edgiest, entertaining flyweight I ever seen outside of the cage, of course. And I honestly think this guy can make some serious money for the UFC if he can make weight consistently, that is. Now, if you didn't know, Manel Kape has solidified his presence as a strong contender in the UFC flyweight division, currently holding the number 6 position in the rankings, and before he was in the UFC, he was extremely successful in Rizin and even became the Rizin Fighting Federation Championship at one point. Manel Kape would start his UFC career on March 30th, 2020. The anticipation reached its peak when he squared off against Pantoja on February 6, 2021 at UFC Fight Night Overeem vs Volkan. Unfortunately, Kape would lose by via unanimous decision. Kape's next bout was against Matthew Nikolaev on March 13, 2021 at UFC Fight Night Edward vs Muhammad, and yet again Kape would lose by a controversial split decision. All 21 media members would score the fight in favor of Kape. Later on, at August 7, 2021 at UFC 265, Kape faced Odi Osborne. Kape would end up missing weight by 3 pounds, however the bout did proceed as a catchweight. Kape fined 20% of his purse, however Kape secured a victory with a first round knockout, delivering a flying knee followed by punches. Later on at December 17, 2022, Kape faced David Dvorak at UFC Fight Night 216. Kape would emerge victorious with a unanimous decision victory. Kape was pretty frustrated overall in the year, since he was only able to compete once, since all of his 4 booked fights that year were ultimately cancelled. Kape was slated to face Kai Kara-France on September 10, 2023 at UFC 293. However, Kai Kara-France withdrew in late August due to a concussion sustained during training, and that would end up being the 5th fight to be cancelled in a span of a year and a half. And all this frustration had a breaking point as Manel Kape called out Kai Kara-France at the UFC 293 press conference. And as we all know, Izzy came out in Kai Kara-France's defense since they're teammates, and Kape was pretty much taking on the whole City Kickboxing team. But Kape didn't care. He is the honey badger after all.
Go. Stand the fuck up, motherfucker. What you want? What you want? What you want to? What you want? Yeah. Shut the fuck down. Sit down. Yo, things is speaker. Sit the fuck down. Sit the fuck down. Sit the fuck down, yo.
Little crack ass.
Sit down, bro.
Tight ass cars give you a break.
Sit the fuck down. Sit the fuck down. What the fuck? Bitch ass what? Sit down. Sit the fuck down, yo.
Look at this little midget trying to fuck with me. I will fucking bury you.
What the fuck you are? What the fuck you are? Shut your mouth.
Hey, calm the fuck down. That's not the fight. You leave the little man alone.
I'm okay.
Calm down. I'm supposed to be the asshole here, Izzy. That's not your job.
Your business with him. Your fucking porn cartoon addiction.
And boom, just like that, everyone was talking about Kape that night. Like, don't get me wrong, they were still talking about Izzy and Strickland, but I think Kape caught people off guard. I think they were surprised how edgy this 125-pounder really is. And as we all know, Manel Kape would beat Felipe Dos Santos, who was Kai Kara-France's late replacement for UFC 293. And after Kape won by unanimous decision, he would call out Kai Kara-France with some base shit.
I'm gonna fight you next. And if you refuse again to fight me or pull out 2 weeks of fight, I'm going to your city, I'm going to your academy, I'm gonna spy you there. I'm gonna fucking spy you there. Hey, listen. And no one gonna do anything, you know why? All your teammates is a bunch of
And while Manel Kape uses homophobic remarks, people seem to still love the guy. I personally think it's because he's the realest guy in the room, and it comes from a little guy who doesn't give a F what you think. Now, this guy has all the potential in the world to become a champion in this weight class. The only thing is, can he make weight in 125 since he missed weight twice? And I see people saying that he has to move up to 135. I say let's give the guy one more chance. I don't think he'll find as much success in the weight class as he will find in 125, and I feel like the flyweight division desperately needs a star, and I think Manel Kape could be that. He brings that it factor, and he brings a fun style. And if you can get that belt around him, I truly believe he can be the first star in the flyweight division. But those are my thoughts. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that Manel Kape could potentially be a big star in the flyweight division? Let me know in the comments down below. And don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well. And I'll see you guys on my next one.